dokie. Rosalind.
Okay,
The music is still playing.
Is it something? Oh, let me just get out of it just so it doesn't ruin our part. Because I've got something to ask.
Okay.
Okay. Hey guys, welcome back to GTG baby.
Whoop.
You know the
The
vibes.
Jizz podcast, your weekly subscription.
Shit to the jizz.
You know we got a little special someone here with us.
Yeah, I ain't like.
No, Toby, aka Toby the radio guy.
Thanks for the introduction. That's really nice.
Well, isn't your name on Twitter Auntie Funke's husband?
Yeah, I had to change that. Yeah, I used to. Yeah.
Well, why?
Basically, it's just like now I have to like be a bit more serious on social media, like so I can't have like
Why?
work related kind of stuff. Like
Oh, the events thing.
what
The events.
events, PR, and stuff like that.
Okay.
Like, so like imagine someone DMing you to talk business and the name is
Auntie
Funke's
Funke's husband. Yeah.
It's not really gonna like right.
That makes
away.
sense.
Oh, but it's funny.
It's
Love
funny,
it.
but
Yeah.
then they.
Do you
might
want to
not-
work with people who don't have humor?
No, it's not that. It's just the fact that they might not want to reply to Auntie Funke's husband.
Yeah.
That was a good
Okay.
name. You should have a burner account. Have a burner
I
account.
think I might do
Your
that.
fingers.
Yeah.
I was just
'Cause-
keep it for your personal one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I feel like I chat too much on my personal.
Yeah, he's been chatting
It might
though.
bite me
Like,
back one day, so
I'm gonna bring up
I need
receipts.
a burner account.
Hey, I love that. Okay, Demi.
Oh yes. Of course. We're gonna talk about Chance the Rapper. Basically, like he was caught. Well, it's not caught. I think it was a consented video. Did I
That was
almost?
a consented video.
I think it was consensual video.
Yeah.
At the
Where-
carnival.
Huh?
At the carnival.
Yeah.
What happened?
Basically, he was
When was Carnival?
No, not
He was-
not the. I think it's in like Trinidad or Jamaica. He was
Yeah.
one of them ones.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
was-
Not Nottingham Carnival.
no, that one. That was Rasclat.
That
he
was
was
rotten.
he was dancing. No, this woman was dancing on. You know the women that wear the big feathers and the bikini kind of thing.
Okay.
He was that woman was dancing on him, and he's engaged, like he's married.
Oh,
So obviously,
God.
social media were coming for him and saying that, like, you know, as a married man, what are you doing? But like, it's their culture. Do you think that's a good question? Is
Even
he?
if you're not from there, man. Like, have you seen the?
Is
have
he
you
an
seen the
African American?
carnivals, right?
I get it, but it's just like as a married man. that the
Engaged.
wife's not there.
Yeah.
Nah. Let's not do
Engaged. I
this.
thought they were married.
Nah, let's
Engaged.
not
Oh,
do this.
engaged. I think you
Oh,
married.
married. Oh,
Yeah, married. Yeah.
But maybe they're into that stuff.
No, it's not. It's not wrong. He's not cheating.
He's
He's
not
just
cheating.
catching a wine at a carnival.
Did you see the bomb that was shaking?
I feel like it's not cheating, but I feel like to publicly do it, knowing the kind of person you are,
Yeah.
like in the public.
This man doesn't even drink alcohol.
Yeah, but you need to
He was fully
understand.
sensible.
Yeah, but he wanted to like. I wouldn't lie, right? I'd like to go to one of them carnivals, and don't get me wrong, like
You'd like to
listen,
dance.
Not that I
Did you
like
get
to
that?
dance, but like
Got him.
If it happens
Yeah.
that there's someone, because most of the time it's the ladies giving the wine. It's not like you go up to them. Sometimes
Yeah.
guys do, but the lady could just see you and start dancing in front of you. Like he wasn't really
Okay,
doing
but
anything
dancing in
sexual.
front and dancing on you are two
No,
very
and
different things.
No,
Right.
she wasn't doing too
The type
much.
of wine, the type of wine.
He bended his back. His back was bending, bruv.
Nah,
He was bending
that's-
more than the girl,
That's
bruv.
just entertainment, like. So imagine I was at a carnival, right? Nah. See, so wait.
I have a great question, right? Would you like the mother of your child to do that with someone else?
No, here's the thing. right?
no, it was a yes or no question.
If she's into that, because so the women who dance in this day, like,
No. The mother of your child.
well, yeah, if she's into that, like if that's what I know her for, I'm not gonna get angry. Don't get me wrong. Like if I started dating you and
Where's
I
the
know
hat?
that you go to
Where's
carnival,
the hats?
no, let's be real though. If I know that.
We need our own helmets. We need our own version of that.
Wait, so are you saying that if a girl's like into dancing at carnivals and then I now start to date her, I have to like force her to stop being a dancer? That's what she
You're not
does,
wrong.
you know?
Job.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
You're not wrong.
To catch wines.
No. It's part of the whole atmosphere.
Okay, but what
man.
about if she's not a dancer, but
And
she's
she just
just
decides to
throwing
get
wines at
naked?
anyone?
Because I won't lie, not all the girls that wear were paid to be there. Some girls just wear that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but if that's what she's into, like, so be it.
So it's not even our problem. Well, let's go back.
So
to
you
Chance.
sit there, walk down the festival lane,
you
but
catch
she's
wine.
whining on everyone else except you.
Nah. You see,
The mother-
you see, now you're painting it too deep. I bet you the girl who you cut the wine off, he probably doesn't know her name and he's not gonna say her again.
You know, yeah,
And
but
she's
she knew
gonna
him
go.
because the
Yeah,
side
but the
eye.
men who are catching the wines off the mother of your child are not.
But if I know that, I'm not saying that
Child is
now I'm
crazy.
gonna take it. I wouldn't date someone that's doing that. But that's just me.
But you'd catch it. This is
come
this is exactly where I'm
so
coming at.
we're gonna throw the whole. If I go to a strip club now, that means I just have to sit there like this.
Yep.
No, I'm just saying, if that's not what you want, if the whole aspect is like finding a significant other, do you get me? And you don't want them to do that, why are you doing it? Do you get me?
I don't know. I
I
think
get what you're
That's
saying.
it.
I get
Because
What?
She's gonna wake up now in the morning to her man everywhere.
I feel
Yeah.
I feel like this is one of those situations where a guy would do something with a group of the mandems and no one thinks it's bad. In the morning, you wake up to a bad text and then you're like, guys, was it that bad? And then you're looking for someone to explain it to you. I don't think it was that bad.
I feel like in relationships, right, there's certain ways you do have to carry yourself. Some things might be okay, right? Because I was even going to ask a question later on, but I'm going to ask it now. Basically, would you allow your girl, right? So let's say she's on a girls' trip and one of the rest of, like, two of her friends are single, the rest of her relationships, but the single girls get a table. Are you going to allow men drive the boat on your girl?
Well, like...
She's opening her mouth like,
Yeah,
tongue out.
Henny,
the alcohol,
down the hatch.
The Henny's going down. The AU, sorry, is going down. And she's like,
alcohol being poured into your mouth. Somebody throwing physical yash.
Wait, can I say something though?
go on.
I wouldn't date someone who wants to, like...
She doesn't want to. No, this is the context, right?
Yeah.
I'm the one in a relationship. I'm with my my two girls are single.
Yeah.
They don't want to stand in the club, but they have access to get onto a table, right? And like obviously the guy's like, oh, do you want drinks? He's already holding the bottle.
You're like, yeah, sure.
No,
Come on, babes, get a
okay,
glass.
obviously.
But
Is it cheating?
You don't think that is... You think that is worse than...
Catching wine.
Yeah, you could, my missus can't be in the club, but come on, babe. Like, you're meant to be,
It's giving double
You're
standards.
basically on the street in a thong.
No,
That's
I'm
all
saying
shaking yash.
if I know that that's what she's into and I've accepted that, that's what I'm saying. But I wouldn't date someone like that. But me going to a carnival to catch a wine, my missus would probably know. Like, my missus knows I'm big and stuff like that. So if a video was to come out of me, she knows, or Toby has all, but I'm not going to go there thinking, bro, man's catching a wine, yeah, babes, can I get... It's like, you ever see when guys go to, like, strip club and they're trying to chat the stripper up? That's someone who's excited. But if you're just in the moment where you're like, bro, this is bad vibes, and that's it.
Do you think that's cheating though? Like a woman in a relationship driving the boat?
No, that's not cheating. Nah, that's
But
not.
would you
That's your standards. Like,
Would
I'm
you
someone
drive
who
the
loves
boat?
being to standards. Nah.
wait, no, would you drive the boat for a
I
girl?
would never pour a drink into a girl like that. I'm a man. Like, I'm not a boy. Like, let's be real
fair,
here. Like,
fair,
what we do? Like, come on.
But sometimes though, it's not like that.
Nah, it is like
no,
that.
No, no.
It is
Sometimes,
like that.
I won't lie. No, but the tongue out thing is my personal preference. I need to add a bit of jazz to this free alcohol I'm receiving because I didn't go to the bar to pay for
I
it.
don't know how many people I've ever seen like drive the boat that doesn't have their tongue out.
No, but sometimes you can actually do it without your tongue out. Like obviously,
I don't think I've ever driven the boat.
really,
probably
it's
not
fun.
into
You
stuff
should
like
try
that.
it.
I don't think I've ever driven the boat.
I think you should try it.
No, because I'm just drinking the whole bottle.
There we go. This
I'm
one, you
just-
should try it.
I'm only asking.
It's so fun.
Side-eye.
It's part of the club culture. Like
Club culture.
What? Driving the boat?
I don't
The
know.
only people I drive the boat with would be like my closest friends, like my closest best friends.
I've even
I
mastered
would
it.
never be like in a club driving the boat.
I know how to like. I'll do it for you.
Plus, I'm also in heels, trying to squat that low is really hard.
But you know what? I asked the question to one of my colleagues today, not Toby, another one. I was like, would you allow your wife to do that? And I gave him the image of like, let's say she's sitting down like this, and the guy is obviously above her, and she's like this. She's like this. Her tongue doesn't have to be out. And he was like, he was twitching. He was like, I don't want to see my girl like that.
Because it envisions another certain position.
Yeah, it
That's
does.
not the position, man. It's
It
just,
does.
to me, it's just like, I feel like, now let's be real. Like, if I was 21 and my girl's like 20, it's okay. You can drive the boat at that age. Like, we're excited. First time popping bottles. But you're getting close to like 30. And you're still into
Me and Debbie
nah.
have actually had this conversation.
At your big age, driving boats.
I said that. I was like, once you start getting to the ages of 30 and stuff, like the only people that you probably would have driving the boat would be your closest.
What are you
friends.
trying to say?
Like maybe if it was like on a mad holiday.
What are you trying to say?
You're all together in like a villa or something.
Yeah,
like,
do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Leave me out.
Wouldn't ever
What are you trying to say? What are you trying to say?
At a table.
What are you trying to say?
I'm just saying, I get what you say because I'm closer to that.
When's the last time you drove the boat, Demi?
It was this month. I was there this month with her and I was driving, so that's the only way I got out of it.
Debbie's a professional boat driver.
Yeah.
That is
But you know
crazy.
what's really funny? My mom has driven the boat on me. It was my 25th birthday. I was in a cruise and everybody, like my whole family forgot it was my birthday except for like my mom and dad. Yeah. So long story short, I was on a cruise birthday. And her birthday was like the week before, but the cruise was on my actual birthday. And because it was all about her, they all forgot about me. It wasn't until my uncle dropped into a group chat saying, oh, everyone say happy birthday to you and they. And then I think my mom felt super guilty that everyone forgot. So we happened to be in Amsterdam for the cruise. So we all got off. We all went into town. My mom and dad bought a bottle of Henny and came back and we went to the nightclub and my mom was driving the road.
Did you stick your tongue out?
Like,
Your parents are cool, man.
yeah, my mom was
Did you stick your tongue out though? Did you stick out?
to my mom. I was trying to make it look like I didn't drink anything.
Like,
But this is my first time.
it's my first time. Nah, I won't lie. If I'm in a relationship, I'm not driving the boat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See,
I'm not driving. I can do it myself. Like if I'm, because I just know what it means.
I just
I
think
know
it is-
how.
I don't think I've even ever had a guy like pour anything into my mouth like that.
Why are we
you sure?
pouring drinks into your mouth? Like,
Side eye.
just pour it in a cup and drink it. What we do?
But there's
It's fun.
shot glasses for a
There you
reason.
go, you know.
That's no. Where's the fun in that?
Shot glasses. There's a lot of fun.
Nah, bro.
When you go, when you go,
There's no time for that, bro. Wasting the environment. The world is dying. You want to use plastic cup? So just drive the boat.
okay. First of all, what clubs are you going to that are using plastic cups?
I mean, plastic shot. What shot? Oh, glasses.
Yeah, shot glasses.
Okay, let's
Full glass
next topic. Fine.
Saving the
You got me.
environment.
You got me. The next topic is basically Tony Tone had said something about men and like why they settle down. I just have to bring it up real quick because I can't quote it word for word.
Exactly what I was trying to do.
But basically, it was just about men when they're settling down. They settle down with, someone. They don't settle down with who they love. They settle with somebody. Let me just read it. I found it. Most men don't marry the woman they loved the most. They marry the woman that is around when they are ready to marry.
For sure.
That's what she has said.
You know, I feel like every guy is like,
The side eye from Toby already.
see, what I feel like she's trying to say in that moment, it's not that you don't love the person that you're with at the moment or that person is an amazing person. But you could have come across a relationship in the past that you felt equally as strong as, or even maybe you love the girl a lot, but you have messed things up so bad that it's unrepairable. So you've had to leave that relationship and move on and build new connections. But when you met this woman currently at the moment and you were ready for her, it doesn't mean you love that you don't love her or you don't respect her or you don't see the value in her.
But your first love is
But
always.
your first love is gone.
So is that one where then something happens in the future, you bump into your first love, and then,
You're cheating.
You know.
Damn.
Like when you look at it, J Lo and Ben Affleck are a perfect example. They were together for ages years ago. Got remarried, divorced, engaged, unengaged. Now they're back together.
That's it.
A few years later. But see, that doesn't happen for everyone.
I think I don't even think it's that deep. I just think like when men are ready, that's when they'll choose. Do you get me? Like they don't. I don't think it's like, the way we're all like emotional. We're like, I love you. Like if they're not ready and they're like their favorite line, I don't want commitment right now. Like they're literally just like, but they're not gonna commit to you. Sure. But when they have decided that they want to commit,
and you can't even run away from that. They'll grab you.
Yeah.
Like a rat on the
And
highway.
they're saying, you come here.
Literally.
But I am a big believer in your first love is probably like
They always have something on you.
defo.
I haven't had a first love.
I'm
Can't
biased because I'm still in love with my first love.
Yeah.
I think women always have their it's different.
I was gonna say no. For me, I was like, honestly, if my ex was on fire, I wouldn't use my pee to set him, cool him down. Well, I'm gonna say yeah.
But is it your first real love? Do you get me?
Because when it ended, it broke me. Like
Yeah,
I was messed.
Were you
up
silent
after
or were you
it.
silent? I was saying like, for example, it broke you because of what he had done to you, but not because of the love.
Yeah, I was just about to ask
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Then maybe I've never been in love then.
If you love him, I don't think you let him burn like.
Sorry, I just felt like if I hadn't hit you, it would have hurt me.
I feel like when you're like properly in love, like this is how I was actually only talking about this the other day, right? But it's like you wanted, like you could get done for murder for that person, but you still want to stay with them. Like that's full blown love. Not gonna lie to you.
You think
Do you get
so?
me? Because okay, it's all great that you could be Ross, you're side eyeing me, but it's all well and good.
'Cause
They
you
could
said
be
jail,
oh my
baby.
God, together forever. Do you get me? All the happy times. Do you know what I mean?
Wait, so if your man was in jail, you
What?
stick beside him?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay,
100%.
that's cool.
That's
But-
that drug dealer wifey love.
No.
Drug dealers, their missus never
Drug
leave
dealers,
them.
stay away.
No. I don't need anyone.
They're cheating on them on the
Lockdown.
outside though,
Yeah, but
but they
she's
never
not-
leave.
she's not
If we've
gonna
learned
leave.
anything from Monet and Power, please.
Yeah.
No, let's not judge them. Man.
Yeah, but I think it's like proper like love is like if you can despise someone and still love them, that's proper love. That's how I see
What's
true
in the
love.
issue? That was what in the
but
demon.
not in a toxic way. Not that every day you're like, oh, I hate you. But if they can get you to a level where you're so mad, but you still have love for someone, like you can still, like, that's unbreakable. Tell you now. It's not easy being in love.
I'll
guys.
let y'all
It's
know
not
once I
easy.
get there.
Yeah, like, I do feel like when I'm in love,
I'm
like,
gonna say in lust from now on instead of in love. In lust.
yeah, I don't know, like, cause I can't really fathom it right now. To be frank, I can't really fathom it.
Love.
But basically, I was on Instagram, right, and I got sent this video about like this woman was talking to her husband, and she was like, it was time to pay for a mortgage or get a house, and she was like, I want you to get the whole house. I want to say my man bought me a home, and he was like kind of like looking at her sideways because like you want me to pay everything, but what are you gonna bring to the table? And she was just smiling at him. What do you guys think? Like, do you guys think? I wanted to ask the guy first of all, like, what do you feel about that kind of situation? Like, do you feel like the woman is like okay to feel that way, like, or do you think she should contribute, or like, you know, what's your thoughts?
I feel like in that situation, it's more like she has this fantasy in her head of what my man should do for me. So she wants him to fill that void. Do you ever see like a lot of women who like have daddy issues would always look for a guy to like replace that void?
Damn.
So it's like, oh, he should do this. I want him to do this. Whereas like it's like, chap, are you crazy? Like because then it starts to look like you don't even. It's not about a relationship right now.
Yeah.
It's more like there's this space in your life, and you want me to be that man.
I also feel like women like that seem to forget like the whole thing behind like relationships and marriage is partnership.
Yeah, so
There's no partnership in that.
I don't know.
Then
You know,
you want
it's
a house.
Demi's dream to
Then
be
you
a
want a house.
you know?
No, like obviously I do understand the importance of, let's say for example, like I would love my husband. I hope I would anyways. So if he does want to split the mortgage, you know, by God's grace, we can do that. Do you get me? However, if he does want to do all himself, that is awesome too.
Financially, it makes
can I
more
ask a
sense to
question?
split mortgage. Like you can get more like from a financial point of view, because last episode we were talking about contracts and everything. Financially, it's better for two people to go in on a mortgage, even if he pays for it. Like even if you because
Both incomes.
both incomes.
This is why I said I can't date a Tesco man, because I'm like, when we look at our salaries.
Let's not throw the Tesco man under the
No, I
bus.
hear you guys. I agree 100%.
No, because when we look at our salaries, just for the house I want, I need a salary matching mine.
Yeah, true.
But quick one, right?
Yeah.
So, see where you're talking about you love your man and all that,
I love
right?
my man. I love him.
If
I
your
don't have
man
one,
was
but
to
I love
find out that right before you're about to get married, like literally like 2 months before your wedding, he's about to have a baby with someone he had a one-night stand with.
Damn. That's crazy.
Are you? I'm not now. You have the right to like cut the wedding off and all that. But are you willing to like work it out with him, or you're like, nah, I'm done?
maybe postpone the wedding for a little bit.
Yeah. But are you willing to work it out with him? Like, it's like, what are you gonna say?
Is this his first child?
Yeah, he's about to do. He just found out also. So my question is,
But
are you
we're about
gonna-
to get married, and you had a one-night stand with someone while we were engaged.
Yeah. But now here's the thing. He actually regrets it. Like
And?
this is the one time. But my question is, are you gonna make that statement? Meaning, what are we gonna do, or are you gonna say, what are you gonna do to him?
I'm not gonna lie, I'm vexed.
Yeah, you have the right to be vexed. Like you have the right.
I don't even know if I'd even be asking, what are you going to do? Because what I'm doing is leaving.
You're gonna leave everything. Like this is the perfect guy. Love.
Is he the
everything
perfect guy?
there.
Clearly, he's not the perfect guy
not
if he
the
was
perfect
cheating
guy.
on me while we were engaged.
Nah. Let's. I think a lot of people don't like to say this, but I think love.
When you're not Davido and I'm not Chioma,
Nah,
why are you
see,
cheating
now,
on me?
Now we're gonna bring that. Nah, I'm actually talking about
No, I don't.
love. You know when people say, "Oh, I love this person, right?" People don't think love is always sweet. Like you know,
It
how many
isn't.
times our
That's what
parents
I was
love us?
saying about the murder. That's what I
You
was
know, I'd
saying.
rather him murder someone than.
Hardly. Hardly.
She said, "I'll take
You take the baby as well.
I don't know. I
means
feel
so
like
you
it's
can live
really,
in
it's
constant
really
fear.
hard. It's really that's a really
comment.
hard
Can we
thing to
move on?
take.
This is too heartbreaking
No,
right
it's
now.
just when everyone talks about
I would
love,
not
it's such a
judge.
sweet. No one
I
talks
would
about
not
the bad side of
just.
love.
I would not.
I did.
Can I tell you something though? Like, can I tell you what? No, I know this wasn't your aim, but you asked the question to a woman knowing that there is a woman out there, or even me, there's a chance where I'd stay with him. Whereas if it was switched around, the man is going at
He's
click of a
going.
heart.
You know what's mad, right?
He is
I'll tell
going.
you the honest truth, right? So I heard of a story. I think it was the guy went on a pod and his wife actually cheated on him for like, I think she had an affair for like 10 years. And he forgave her. And he was talking about the trials and tribulations and how he was so angry sometimes. He had to learn to switch from hating your missus to loving her back. And I'll be honest, this is really, really deep. I used to be like, there's no way. But now that I'm a bit older, I understand the man. Because love is not meant to love really has do you know like your parents love
Yeah.
you
So, but see,
and
the
you
thing is,
fuck up,
I
but they
get
never
it. But
hate
see,
you.
I'm also a child who comes from like a polygamous home, and I know how messed up it has messed us
Yeah,
up.
but that's polygamy. Polygamy and him
But
having the
no, but see,
one
but it was
baby.
like still even like my mom and my actual dad, not my stepdad, my mom and my actual dad. He cheated on her after she had. I think were they getting married? I think they didn't even make it down to the altar, but she did find out he was having another kid. So this is actually my life.
Yeah.
My mom didn't stay, and I'm so happy she didn't stay.
No, but there's nothing wrong with that. My question is, I'm saying that, so as a woman who, so some people will be like, oh, she's done for staying. I'm saying like, I feel like love has no right or wrong, if you get what I'm saying. Like there's, they would say like, there's no way to like love. Like we might see two couples.
How long will I beg
they
you, God,
crazy
don't send that kind of
they're
love to me.
stupid,
Let me
but
see.
really, love has no perfect picture.
Of course, and that's fine.
Yeah.
Like I can love
Everyone's
him, but I don't
journey
have
is
to marry
different.
him.
No, I didn't
Yeah.
say you have to marry him. My question is, would you just be like, I'm leaving? Or would you
Yeah,
say,
but like-
what are we doing?
Like I can still love you and leave. Do you get me? Like that's
I feel
still
like
an
to
option
turn
for me.
around and even just say, what are we doing? I feel like it would take a while before you even get to
Yeah.
that stage of where you doing.
Yeah.
But I think in that moment in time, me personally, I think I would take a massive step back and be like, I need to
Facts.
figure out what I
Yeah.
need
Do
for
Do you
myself.
mind me
Let
asking
me
a
stay
private
here.
question?
Yeah,
Did your dad fight for your mom?
I doubt it.
See, then that's different. This guy, he's willing. Like he's singing, I'm sorry.
Is he gonna pay for the whole mortgage?
These are my
confessions.
confessions.
Yeah.
First when I thought I said all I could say.
He's outside in the
Outside,
rain.
so
doing
she got-
everything.
You better be doing more than outside in the rain.
What do you want him to do? Fly you to Dubai?
These are my
Come on,
confessions.
Dubai. He has to fly me to the moon and back.
Hey,
He has to buy me 10
he
cars.
just had one baby. He have 10
He has to
babies.
invest in my businesses and all my friends' businesses. He's gonna
But
pay
see,
for my
it's,
BB.
it's a lot. I think having a kid is a lot because it's also
Yeah.
going to be a lifelong remembrance of what you've done.
Yeah, I forgot about the kid even.
Yeah, that is.
It's hard, and then
That's-
that's
I
also
need to know
now
about the kid.
another woman in your life because now that's
Yeah.
you're now stepmommy.
Yeah.
It's I think it's a very tricky decision, and like I would never judge anyone for staying because as you said, as if you've gotten to a point of marriage, there's something clearly there, but then there's also something clearly broken. He was cheating on you the whole time.
See, sometimes life happens.
Bro.
Life happens. I'm not defending the cheating.
Of course.
I'm just saying life happens in the sense that
People do make
what's that-
mistakes.
What's that Tyler Perry movie that's on Netflix now where?
Oh, I know the one you're talking about.
Temptation, I think. that's
Temptation,
what
it's yeah,
called.
Temptation.
Yeah, where like she didn't really want to cheat, but life happened.
She
She
wanted
wanted
to
her birthday. The next man bought the flowers. She thought it
No,
was
she
her
wanted to
husband.
cheat. She didn't appreciate what
From
she
the
had.
start. From the start.
She
think about it.
she from the
Do you
start
think he
initially.
appreciated her?
I think he didn't know how to show it, but like she could have communicated it a lot better.
She tried to have rough sex with him, and he was like, no,
She
no,
yeah,
no,
but
no.
but do you know what you do? You show him.
Listen.
Yeah, just show him.
She tried.
I don't know why I'm
I
talking
feel
like that to me.
Both parties have something. Do you know, that's why I feel like we can't just blame the guy who cheated. I'm not saying that.
Yeah,
that's
he definitely had some
Yeah.
fault in there because he neglected her. But I feel like at what point does your conscience kick in for you to be like alerted that you were wrong? Because if she wasn't pregnant now, would he have continued cheating? Would that have continued all the way through the
Or did
marriage?
she-
You
did
don't
she get
know.
pregnant?
So from his
It was a
scenario,
one night stand. He found out.
That's
that
so
one
unlucky
night
though.
stand.
That's so unlucky.
do you know? Okay, when you say it's a one night stand, it was like I need to understand how this one night stand happened. How drunk were you? Because what happened? Like
Don't give in, sis.
it's a lot.
Don't give in.
No, it's a lot because I feel like
Don't give in.
now
That's
you
what
have
they
a
want you to
kid.
do. It's
now
an
you
agenda.
have a baby
It's
mama.
an agenda, sis.
Yeah, it's a lot.
They
It's a
want you to
lot.
be okay
I
with
don't
you.
judge someone for forgiving, but it's.
Of
I do
course.
think it's something where like I don't know if I'd personally be able to take
Jesus
it.
would have to come down personally and tell me he's your husband still. He messed up, but it's calm.
Do you believe in fighting for love?
Fighting.
For love, yeah.
See, right now I'm very tired, so ask me that question. It's going to be very biased. I don't know if I can fight for love.
Honest. Yeah.
I don't know, like fighting for love is kind of like at the start, at the end,
I think
of the
it
medium, like or
depends.
throughout.
At
Because
the start is a bit
I
mad.
think it's what'd you say?
At the start,
fighting
it's a
for
bit
love at the
mad.
start is screaming. See, like I just met you.
I love
You get me? Fighting for lust.
I
Yeah.
don't know, because it's just like from someone who's like my mom has gone through it, and like with 2 different men. So when I hear fighting, having to fight for anything, I just don't feel like love should hurt that bad.
Yeah.
But I think you have to take, you're never going to have like the perfect year. Do you get me?
Yeah.
Like you're never going to have a perfect year. Do you
Yeah.
get me? So I think it's more so not that you have to fight to make it work. Do you get me?
Yeah.
But you're fighting to try it, to try and make it work. Do you get me? I
feel like-
and that needs to be from both sides.
Both
as well.
sides, yeah.
It
I can
can't
hear,
just
I
be
can,
one
yeah.
person
It can't be one
fighting for the
person
relation-
fighting for it to work.
everything.
Yeah.
Because obviously, like I'm someone that would like to eventually be in commitment and be in a loving relationship. And the times I ask people who I do think are in good relationships, they say that like although it is tough, they're never fighting. It's not fighting. Obviously, they have to try and put effort to make it work. I think it's more so effort. But they never say I'm fighting for
Oh,
this
yeah,
love.
I think we were just using the phrase.
But
fight.
yeah, I was gonna say fighting is more so the
But
effort.
aggressive.
I think as well, a lot of people aren't honest about their fighting. Do you get
Yeah.
me? Like I'm a big believer is you don't actually know what's going on behind closed doors. Do you get me?
100%.
Like
Yeah.
people could be like, oh my god, my relationship is perfect, but like every other day they're fighting. Like when the
Yeah.
door closes. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah,
I think
100%.
it's not like, and I know, and I don't think, especially if you're in a good place, it's very hard to be like, yeah, we don't fight ever, because when you're happy you don't think about that, but then
Yeah.
when you're sad you're literally like, oh my god, they're the worst person in the world, blah blah blah. Do you know what I mean?
I don't know.
That's crazy.
I think you have to fight a little. Do you know what I mean? I don't think it has to be
Yeah,
everyday
it's never
fighting.
it's never
Yeah.
gonna be easy. Like you definitely
Exactly.
have to
It does
put in the
require
effort,
effort.
and fight on both sides, but also
Yeah.
just know what you're fighting for if it's worth it, and don't
Facts.
be fighting for none of the toxic nonsense.
Facts.
Defo, I think
Facts.
fighting for a relationship and fighting over toxicity are 2 different things as
Yeah.
well. Do you know what I
Facts.
mean? Like if you're toxic and you're just doing these
Fighting
things.
for a relationship, it's when you both want to be in the relationship,
Yeah.
but you're trying to figure out a way for it to work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I have a theory.
Demi and her theories.
So
Lord.
basically, obviously, we all know the current dating scene. We always have to bring this up once
Ew.
in the pod about the dating scene. It's tragic. It's at the same level as the economic crisis.
How bad is it?
It's very bad. You don't even want to come back.
No, it's
Just
really
'cause
bad. You don't want to be on these streets.
So basically, my theory
I'm
is
not
that
even on the
Is it the same
streets.
for guys also?
that's what I was
Definitely.
even gonna get to. Basically, the dating scene, it could be how it is. This is my theory, because men now have too many options. Do you get me? And they don't know how to manage it. And I can say this because women have options. They have loads of options, but we manage it well, and we're still able to want relationships and be in committed relationships. What's your thoughts as a man?
For what? You threw me off. I was like, wait, what?
No, obviously I didn't mean to call you about that. But
Yeah,
what's your
no.
thought? And obviously you girls as well. Like, what you guys think?
In the whole...
Men having too many options, is that a
When you say options, like girls?
in regards to women? Yeah, and even no, we keep it to women right now. I think they have too many. I think so.
I think I want to speak for myself.
Go on.
I feel like it depends on what stage you're in life, and I feel like
Sure.
I always tell people, like I always say, listen, you need to leave every stage of your life at the right time. Like when you're in college.
But he's 32. Like, what's going on?
Yeah, but you know some guys who are 32, when they were 21, their mom didn't let them out the house.
Damn.
Yeah.
So when he's 27, he's doing what I did in the club when I was 18.
Driving the
Sure
boat.
down.
You know what I mean? So
Traffic
there you
bug.
go. So I think it's at the stages we are in life. Some men mature quicker than some. So it just depends on the stage. Yeah. So I can't. I'll never point fingers at a guy who's 32 and he's out in the club every night, every time. Like I do events and I see mandems.
That's a bit
Oh
crazy
my
though.
god.
But I understand it. I understand.
I'm-
it.
I've
but
never been that
32
person.
32, yeah. Like I don't care if you were locked in your gaff until you were 27. Do you get me? Like there's no need to
Yeah,
be in
but
the club after 30.
Let me paint this picture for you, right? So think
No,
about
there's-
this is why I understand it, right?
Unless
So-
you're like going with like a bunch of friends and it's like a work thing and you all go out.
birthday and you're going for like one last wild night, Like, why?
No.
Why
What I
hitting
would
up the
say,
club
like,
every Friday.
people go to the clubs after like work events, or like you might even just go as like a big work gathering.
Yeah.
But like I get what you mean, but like
This is
not.
work. This is just people that.
No,
they're
these
always
are
looking for a
party
session,
goers.
yeah.
Like, if you're a party goer,
You can just
past
tell you're
30.
unserious. I agree, because I was like, I'm not 30 yet, and I just don't have it in me. Like every time someone mentions the club, I'm like, ugh.
But did you go out when you were younger?
I did, like, if I wanted to. My parents actually didn't live in the same country as me since I was 20. So I had all the freedom in the world that I
did you
wanted
go
to.
out?
I was never that person. Like, I'd go out every now and then with my friends, but I was never, like, back to back
So
in
in
a club.
college you were like Freshers
No,
Week,
no.
Rag Week.
I wouldn't even
Like,
lie.
if I went out Rag Week, I never went out every night in Rag Week. I was also one of these uni students who actually had a job, who was trying to,
Okay,
like,
so
make a
yeah,
way.
so you-
So
that
I've
wasn't
always,
your drive,
it was
yeah.
just never my drive. My drive was to never have to eat Indomie for a week and have money in my pocket.
I-
I,
But you see,
didn't
one
struggle
thing
in uni.
I kind of clocked out the way, and that's why I now understand the statement where they would say when a boy's turn thin and a girl's turn thin, there are different stages.
Very
'Cause
different.
When you look at the lives of, like, when you were in college, for example, right? I'd say you knew what your situation was. You were like, okay, listen, I need to get this, I need to get that. Whereas when I was in college, I was wild as fuck. Sorry, I don't know if I could.
You can curse.
But I was crazy. I was that guy out all the time. Freshers Week, we were out there. So, but I was lucky enough to get that out of my system. I remember when my best friend, we went to Dice's, and this is where we used to go.
So you know you were
I've
you loved
never
college.
been in Dicey's.
Hey, listen.
I've never been.
Oh,
€2
like
fine
two
street.
€2 drinks.
It's a long time now, but listen, we used to get wild. And we went there to watch a match. And we both stepped out. And this was daytime, not like nightclub.
Yeah.
And we're like, right, the noise. I said, brother, we're old.
Noise
We
is
just
crazy.
complain about the noise of dice. We used to, security knew us. You know, you go somewhere so bad that they're like, hey, Toby, hey. Like,
Yeah.
they know you know what I mean? But I got out of my system.
Yeah.
And now the thing is with guys, a lot of guys, we have this thing where you go, our life is like based on where we're on top of everything, where we feel like I'm the man.
Yeah.
Like some guys, like I felt like I was the man when I was 21, 22. Some guys are only getting the chance to feel like they're the man at 32. It's
possible.
Where, because now they have the
Yeah,
lifestyle.
if they're a
You
bunch of
understand,
losers when they were
some
21,
guys weren't getting
22.
girls at 22.
But listen, I get that. But you can still get girls and not be in the club.
No,
Like,
yeah.
and I get that. Like, some people develop later than others. Do you get me? But I don't think there's any like valid reason why someone should
I
be
won't
there
lie.
every week.
I mean-
Every week in the club.
I agree with you.
Trying to find yourself.
I won't lie,
Find
yeah.
yourself in the books.
I was even at one of your events.
Yeah.
I was at one of your events, right? And like these guys, they came over for like an event shot. They came, and like obviously they were plus 30, but like one of them was like married. I'm trying to. Do you get me? Because do you think like married men should go to the club?
Listen. I don't
You know
wanna
what? I'm
speak
gonna
for my
call out.
customers.
I'm gonna call out a special.
Do you think-
No,
do you
I'm
think
gonna
you
call
gotta
out a
find-
special married man that I have a lot of respect for. We're gonna call out Jordan from Charge It. Jordan,
Yeah.
even
Yeah, he's
after
a good
his
man.
own live show, this boy had packed his bag, ready to go.
when he had
And I was like, Jay! And he was like, what am I looking for? I already got my wife at home. Why am I in the clubs? Jordan! Simisola!
That's it. That's
Happy
it,
married
that's it,
life.
Yeah,
that's
but
it.
you see, you're not gonna use Jordan. I mean, to weigh Jordan and the guy who's out in the globe. Jordan is a guy who he knows what he wants. He knows.
Yeah.
Like, this
What
is the
does
guy
a married guy want?
No, what I'm saying is like he's married. Obviously, he's doing his pod. He knows what he wants in life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Jordan is not. He's not looking to be the it guy. You get what I'm trying to say? Compared to a guy who maybe at 25. He didn't even have swag, no style, he
enough.
was skinny. Now he's going to the gym. Like, you need to understand, a lot of us, we live in our heads. Do you get what I mean? Like,
Fair
some
enough.
people don't really live in reality. Some people, how they react in life is based off social media.
Nah.
It's hard to believe, but it's
Nah.
the truth.
No,
I
there's
get
some
it.
people silly like that. There is
I
people
get
silly
it,
like
I get
that.
it, but so do girls. Do you get me?
Yeah, but I feel like girls, it's a bit different in the sense that, like, girls have this thing where, like, no matter how bad it is, it's always the minority over the like majority of the girls are at that stage where they know what they want. Do you get me? But most guys, think about it, right?
I just
You
moving
probably
with
know more
decorum.
guys
Girls
that
just
are
move with a
22
lot more decorum.
acting stupid
Yeah.
Yeah.
than girls that are 22 acting stupid.
Yeah, I know, but I still think right. So you're saying you don't have your life together. You haven't figured out where you want to go in life, career wise.
As a man.
Like, do you know what I mean? You're still living at home, like, and then you on top of that want to go to the club. Do you get me? Like, that's what I'm saying is, that's why I'm just
but
like,
you know he's 32 in his head. He's 28.
I don't care if he's 28. Like, his birth certificate says
When
he's
he's 32, he's 32.
There's
Like,
guys that go to the club and say they're 25.
Well, that's their own, that's just fucking
you don't
weird.
have to ID at the start.
No, I'm not the one. It's the girl that telling
That's
me.
weird. And at the end of the day, it's like, okay, but do you really think you're gonna find all your answers in the club, spending
Yeah.
all the money that you obviously don't have?
No,
Damn.
but it's
Do you get me?
feeding that thing in his head that he wants to feed. If you
Yeah,
get what I mean.
validation, but like
Yeah.
I think it's like you gotta realize your own self worth. Do you know what I mean? And
true.
stop seeking validation from others and through alcohol. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so that's
not
why
just
it's like.
alcohol, though.
So it's like that's why it's like if I get like people don't develop the same way and people have different things. That's completely fine. Do you know what I mean? But if you're still at that age when your brain is fully developed, let's just say, it's fully developed, and you're still seeking validation at 32
giving
with
it.
Henny.
Driving the boat.
Do you get driving? Do you know what I mean? Telling girls that you're 25 and trying to get with 21-year-olds. No.
That's crazy.
Get away
so,
from it.
Demi, so let's be honest now. Would you say most of the guys who love doing the driving the boat when you've been in the club,
No, like-
are they below 30 or are they like 25 or over?
No, like
over?
they'd be from like obviously 25 to 27, 28.
Oh yeah, so you never get older guys driving the boat with you?
No,
Oh, that's
the
cool.
arm is even too heavy.
Those
I'm not in the clubs to have the boat driven anyways.
There's the uncles
Like
in the
even-
clubs need to calm down as well.
Yeah, like I
They
don't know.
need to go home because
Don't-
they need to go home.
Don't judge my person.
Nah, it's usually like it's
Toby's
nah,
like,
it's age
stop
appropriate.
destroying my buckets.
I posted something on Snap. I think it was a TikTok where someone said, if you're born between the years of 1990 to 1999, that you need to leave the club. You're old in the queue. And I posted it. And I said, by the way, it's jokes, man, guys. Listen, keep coming. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm
Do you
screaming.
think you'll find your husband/wife in the club?
No.
In the club?
A few people. I know like one or two people who are married or like in a
From the
serious
club.
relationship, and they met at my event. So shout out to them.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
I
when's
can't
your next
ask, I can't
event,
ask
sir?
personal questions yet.
When's your
Can
next
you make
event?
your events 30s upwards?
Literally, so you know what's mad sometimes? There's always someone that would tell me.
Market.
Wait, what did you say she do?
Make some events that are 30 upwards for men.
It won't work.
But the girls don't have to be. They can be 25.
Because then they're gonna. How?
Make the girls at least 25.
Exactly. They wouldn't come because what,
They're looking for
32-year-olds
18-year-olds.
32-year-olds can't get with someone their own age. Another red flag.
No, I mean,
Another red flag. There's actually so much wrong
yeah,
with.
but you need to understand, right?
No,
Yes.
you answered it perfectly. 30-year-olds would not go to a 30-plus event because
She's being pana sharp.
no,
You know, yeah. Look, let's ease up on Toby because we want him
Yeah.
to come back. You know what I mean?
No, real talk, boy. I get it, boy. It's just the way the world is, man.
the world
Yeah.
is. The world
Guys,
is.
what you think? Yeah, is sexual incompatibility a good reason to end a relationship?
Sexual incompatibility.
Compatibility. That's a big word, and I got that right. Still,
That's a hard.
what you guys think?
That's a hard.
Well, then you're not in
thing.
love, innit? Did you get me?
No, I think you can be in love without.
You're not satisfied.
then-
That goes back to the Temptations movie.
I feel like there's different aspects to being in love, though. Like there's a physical aspect, but then there's also like
You
an
need like a
emotional
balance
aspect.
in all three.
For example,
but you can
like-
work on it. Like you could always
Yeah, like-
teach them.
Yeah, I
I don't know.
I was gonna say,
I'm
what-
not speaking from
I
experience.
don't know, man. I don't think I'm cool with like maybe it's the ego and the whole male thing, but I don't know how it's gonna ride it from with a girl that she's trying to teach me. But actually, no, I take that back. I get it.
What is it? Before I get cancelled.
No, I
You
take it
took that
I
back
take that
very
back. I
quickly,
take
you
that
know.
back.
Yeah,
Nah,
go on.
It was why I just thought about it, and I was like, a lot of men don't actually know how to pleasurize.
Can you look into the camera?
Which one? a lot of men don't, and sometimes it takes for the girl to like explain to you like that-
What
Yeah,
to do.
what to do,
Because
yeah.
I don't want to.
Yeah, 'cause some guys be lost.
But I know a married couple who he's like obviously. Jeez, let me say it this way so it never get out. So basically, he's big into the whole. Like, you know, drinking the herbs that come from Nigeria and all that. And he's more into the whole power, pump. But his missus is not really
Into that.
into that. And she actually says, like, she sometimes just plays along where she's like, but really she's like, yeah, this is over and above.
Trust me, like women play along all the time.
Yeah, that's also, I think that's really women be fake. I think that's
Yeah.
why men, hey, you women are dangerous, man.
Yeah,
Yeah?
yeah.
We gotta feed the
you
ego
guys ever
sometimes,
faked
just
it?
for
Side
peace.
eye?
Yeah.
So do I.
Yeah, put it
How
say
would
with
you
my
think
chest.
a guy faked it with you?
We know.
We would know
No, but no, a guy can fake it though.
How?
He could just say, I came and be like, he's done. But
Oh, I've
really,
heard that
he's just
before.
not. Like, you know, sometimes, hey, I don't want to snitch no one. Let me just keep quiet. But yeah.
Say it. Speak your truth.
No,
We're
that's
not dropping
Speak
names.
your
feminine
truth.
side could really give off a bad smell that
Yeah.
you second guessing and be
But
like,
can I tell you
she's really
something?
on it.
They will still smash.
Nah. That's a guy
Who has no respect.
Has no respect for himself.
But there's a lot of men that don't have
No
a lot of
respect.
respect for
There's a
themselves.
lot
the
of
guys
men.
that go to the clubs after blood.
No, but like I feel like I won't lie to you. This is not all men. This is just some men. They don't have respect.
A lot of men don't have
apparently,
respect.
it's hard for men to get coochie. Like it's hard. It's very terrible. It's terrible hard.
What do you mean?
So I need
Like to get like sex.
to get sex. And so like any opportunity they have to get it, they're taking it. Whether it's if it's like just doing something down there. Whether she's not like they're not physically attracted to her or whatever, they're gonna take the opportunity to
But
do
that
it.
falls back down to what I said about where a lot of guys, when you're doing what you're meant to do at your 20s, in your late 20s, your early 20s or your late 20s.
I feel like it's not even an
this-
age thing,
some
bruv.
people might hate me for this, but when I was in college, so I went to a college where there was a lot of international students, and I was wild. So I had this fantasy of, I used to only go for girls who were like, I didn't know where, like, I want to know, like, I smashed a girl from, like, Asia, a girl from Philippines, a girl from, like, Australia, a girl from
World
Germany.
map.
Do you get what I mean? So, but I was a young guy. And I
Mr.
felt like
Worldwide.
You can't really cut me off for
Where
that.
is Mrs.
Like,
Right?
that's-
I gotta see her.
do you know what I mean? But
Travel.
it was okay, because I was young. I wasn't...
Yeah.
Yeah, well, technically I was up, but now, yeah. But, yeah, because I was going to say I was single, but I wasn't actually. So the point was, I was young.
Yeah.
And I felt like I did the things I had to do when I was young. So now, like, I'm a promoter, and I'm not going to lie, it's really hard being out there as a promoter with girls. But because I don't get excited anymore,
But
it's different.
But can I even tell you something? I don't even think it's about excitement or age. I think it tells on your character and who you are, to be frank. Because women, like, the reason why like guys are angry at us because we have all these options. However, we don't exercise all these options because why? We know that if we deal with a certain type of man, there's a huge consequence. I feel like men should have that same class.
Do in a certain way, though.
Do you know there was actually I think like a TikTok or something I seen on Instagram where it was like men always think that women are going out with tons of guys.
But you know where that comes from?
Where does it
Majority
come from?
not.
You might be in the club with me now, right? And let's say I'm trying to move on to you, but I'm really pissing you off. But Demi wants the bottles of champagne.
Yes,
So
to
you're
drive the
going to
boats.
entertain me. Now, you guys have had a good night and you're not going to see me again. Guys don't really get that option. Do you get what I'm saying? So I can't really enjoy a girl because when a guy wants to get something, it's the end goal. You lot can have the best night. You use me. I'll even be your chauffeur, drive you home in my nice car and everything. And you be like, yeah, I'll text you and just delete my number. How's a guy gonna do that to a girl? Do you get what I'm saying? So it's not really even. The game is not.
The
even.
game is not even, but I still think guys
I
have a
think
better
it is.
advantage.
What can a guy
I think
do?
it's becoming more balanced. That's
No,
why
but what can a guy
Girls
do?
are starting to become colder, I
To
think.
be honest, if a
That's
guy,
what it is.
Not for me personally, but like if a guy has money or if he seems that he's like flexing
Yeah, we
whatever.
don't care.
Do you get me? He'll
the
get
guys
thrown.
getting the. Can I tell you something? Yeah.
No, but bear in mind, like, what is he getting? He's just gonna get solely sex. There's nothing.
Only if
else.
he's not attractive.
No, but
No, what I'm saying is, what's he gonna get from girls that he can get? You see the way you can use me. Like girls can use a guy and just be like, I'm not gonna sleep with him, and that's why everyone would think, oh, she slept with him. She just used him, but a guy can't really do that to a girl.
because a guy will always sleep with a girl,
No, but apart from
like 99% of the time.
Yeah.
but think about what
She
can
might
I
not sleep with
get?
you, but one of the friends of the group will.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Let us say, for example, like that's how.
Say that again, Debbie.
I'm not even. I'm not
No
even
cap, no
involved.
cap. She's dead ass. She's
No,
dead
but
ass
like,
right there.
Like obviously, I've heard things like basically now these days. There's a situation that happened right that my friend was telling me where okay, so there's a group of girls right, and all the girls know we don't sleep with these men. The rule is you don't sleep with this man. But there's one slow chick in the group that doesn't get the gist right. So
It's not that she doesn't get the gist, it's that the greed is in her eyes and she feels like there's something a lot more there because
Not even,
Validation.
I don't even think it's
Yeah.
the greed or anything. I
It
think
is.
like she's just drunk and she doesn't like. Do you get me?
no,
It could be
they
that. and
know
I
what
think-
they're doing.
well, I think
It's not the alcohol. It's never the alcohol. Those girls know what the hell they're doing.
Oh no, I think okay. Good. There could be your point, my point, and the girls in the group are pimping her out. They know that this one girl is gonna sleep with them. So let's get this table. The girl.
No,
will
but
hang out.
but the point that you just made is that okay, like let's say some guys moving to me and I'm like, okay, all my girls on the table now, but it's gonna be another girl who ends up sleeping with him. That's not me pimping her out. That's her having her eye on him from
But
the
I'm
get
telling
go
you
trying
that
to get
happens,
there,
bro. I'm
yeah,
saying
but she
you're
knows
right.
what she's doing.
I'm saying you're right. I'm right, and that's another option. I'm saying that yes, I agree with you. The greed is in her eyes. Then also, there's a situation where like sometimes the girl, it was on Twitter or something. sometimes the girl doesn't know, but let's say a certain friend will hang out with one girl because they know she's a bit loose, and she'd get into all the rooms and stuff because she's gonna give up, but I'm not gonna give up. I'm gonna enjoy myself.
Damn, what kind of
That's
friends
a,
are that?
that's
They're
a
not
thing,
friends.
bro.
That's not
a thing.
friends.
That's
Then there's
called
also my
groupies.
thing where like some girls just don't know. They see a guy, he's attractive, he looks like he has money, but like he just looks, she just wants. That's how she's feeling.
Yeah.
But
Think about it. Do you know what? Do you know
But you know
what?
what? Yes, it's actually kind
It's
of
that
true.
young mindset, you know.
It's
what I
that
mean?
young mindset,
Girls-
because I was gonna say
girls
I
are like,
have.
oh my god, like he has cash,
Yeah.
he's buying me drinks.
I was like, that
get
stuff
me-
did
But
happen
girls are
in.
28 that do that though.
I
They're not-
was about to say,
And
yeah.
they are in the same bracket as the 32-year-olds.
Yeah,
discrimination.
they're 28, but like 21 up here.
Like
Yeah.
they're
Honestly.
still, like,
Bro, you've seen
But-
things. You're an event.
Yeah, no, you see a
Event
lot of
promote.
things. You see a lot of things.
That's
What's the craziest thing
crazy.
you've seen though?
When you mean crazy, like what? Like,
Like, what's something that you saw? You were like, oh wow, shit, but you kept on doing your job because like, you can't act too surprised. You have to act like you've been here.
ooh, I think there's a lot of people who have partners and then they come to my event with someone else.
Damn.
But I don't really. I'm not.
Yeah,
like,
you
Yeah,
gotta
I
mind
hear
your
you.
own business. Yeah.
I don't even judge. I don't even.
Yeah.
I don't want to say this now because people's missus might start coming to my event. Yeah, but my event tends to have a lot of. I have a very, very like diverse crowd. So my event is one of the safest place to. Shit.
No, I won't lie. Let me even pick up on your
I
events.
just lost a couple customers. I'm sorry.
No, let me pick up. No, let me kind of like. Say
Don't.
that.
He's not snitching. He's not snitching. He didn't tell us no names.
Am I trying to come to my event?
He didn't tell us no names.
Like we're going together.
Yeah, that's an extra customer for you
No,
now.
I don't want his missus. No offense.
I'm screaming because he'll buy more drinks for the side chick.
You know.
Ooh, damn.
What's called What do you guys think? Is it worse to affect a man's mental or a man's bag?
Mental.
Wait, what?
Because I think by affecting his mental, you affect his bag.
Do you think it's worse to expect like affect his mental, like his how
Mental
he
health.
thinks, or his bag?
Meaning his money.
Yeah.
Like, how can you affect his money?
Like you can steal all his money and leave.
Oh.
Not even like, let's say for example, like he has
You know what's weird?
You know what? That question is like, which came first, the chicken or the egg?
Yeah, I was just about to say, because
Because
if you
think
affect his
about it.
bag,
'Cause if
you're
you
going to
think about
mess
it.
up his mental.
Do you get me? And then if you mess up his mental, you're gonna mess up his bag.
But I feel
So
like
it's like
See, if anybody watches Snowfall, that happened in Snowfall this week.
I feel like the mental is still
Spoiler.
kind of different.
Spoiler
because, you guys are throwing me off. What was I gonna say? Basically, sometimes men don't really care about their mental health, but they still chase the bag. So obviously, if you affect the bag, the mental's messed up. But I feel like if you affect the mental first, he could still have the bag.
yeah, if he's a sociopath.
Man,
Yeah. No, I agree with Ree on that. Yeah. Because I was going to say, I don't know how you function with bad mental health because I'm like, you're going to ruin relationships with people even within your business.
I feel,
You're
that's
not
why they
going to
don't
be
have
thinking
relationships.
clearly.
I feel like men can actually.
But even
function
within,
with
but
bad
see,
mental.
relationships
But then
aren't
they
just
never care
like
about you.
sexual relationships
I'm
and
not-
partner relationships. It
how
can be
bad
business
did you mess him up,
relationships.
though? How bad? Like, what did you do to his mental state? That's what matters.
Because I honestly think like men
Your
handle,
best friend.
I think like men handle breakups like a lot better than women do. Because I feel like,
Do they? No, I don't think so, babe.
really?
I think there's a thing.
I feel like I think it hits men a lot later than it does with women. Like I think women immediately show it.
No, I've had to be on the phone a couple times with people for long. And I'm like, sorry. You know what? I think I was listening to your pod and I realized that us guys, right, we're really shit at like comforting our guy when he's going through a breakup.
Yes, you are.
Because I see what I say. I'm like, bro, just go to the club, man.
that same club.
No, listen. I'm actually gonna put a boycott all the clubs. All no way.
I'm
This
sorry,
is it.
bro.
That's all the people that are in the clubs. That's why I say you're not gonna find the clubs.
Because I'm
You
like,
can't find love in a
Not
club.
a club.
I'm hardly
I
gonna
found
tell
love in
you-
the club
People
one
I
time.
wanna find love in this
But did you
club.
really find love in the club?
He
In the
loved
club?
me. He loved me.
He loved you for the moment.
Okay, what were you saying to us? Because right now,
I was so bad at finding love in
No.
a club. Because if you're talking to me, I'm like, what job have you got?
Damn.
Like,
Yeah,
how
you're
much
doing
is a
jobs
year?
if you're at the club.
Yeah.
That's what-
I swear to
that's
God.
what I'm
I was like, so what's your name? I was like, so what do you do as a job?
What do you do question in the club?
This is why I don't go to the club.
But it's like I feel like the only people that are in the club are the ones that are looking for nyash, they're heartbroken, or they're cheating.
Nah, some people actually come to the club to just have a good time.
I feel like if they come, but they're not by themselves. They're coming as friends.
You know what that good time is? Alcoholism.
No.
Damn.
You know.
I don't know why I'm on smoke today, guys.
personally attacked.
I am here for it, Bree. I'm here for it, baby.
Nightlife.
No, can I tell you what? I feel personally attacked, Ree.
I'm sorry, guys.
I'm not an alcoholic, but I love to drink alcohol and shit
No,
bum in the
but
club.
I think going out with your friends the odd time here and there. I'm not like anti-club, but
That's what it's giving. It's giving
no,
agenda.
not anti-club, but I'm just anti like consistently going to the club. Do you get me?
Yeah, like every now and then.
What?
Yeah, she did. She partied.
Yeah, but
That's
Crystal
what I'm saying.
Basement was her thing.
Which one? Crystal?
Crystal Basement. That thing. No, honestly, don't
I'm
get
not
me
gonna lie, I
started
liked
with Crystal
Crystal.
Basement.
I liked
That
Crystal.
was, but you know what was good about Crystal Basement? And I feel like this is where the Irish night scene just absolutely flopped. Like Crystal Basement, you could have a good time. It was just about vibes to get me like 95% of the time.
Do you ever go to Vanilla?
No. What about the one that was in Santry?
Vanilla, where is that?
That's what's the name of that street? So see if you're going towards what's that place?
Isn't it?
It used to be right underneath an hotel. Like,
I think I did. I went
all
there
white,
once.
everything
Yeah,
was
all
white,
white,
yeah.
and it's like a load of cubes.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I think
Yeah.
I've been to Vanilla once.
Yeah,
What was the
happened
one
to
that was in?
Do you know what I mean? All the good clubs are just gone.
Yeah.
Because what was they ninjas doing? They was fine outside club.
No.
There was button
It
polices.
wasn't that. It wasn't that.
What happened?
Just the business, it died down. And the nightlife industry took a fall. You know.
But then
For
there's
COVID or
nightlife
vanilla?
industry in
Before
general, and there's
COVID.
black people nightlife.
Not just
Yeah.
generally,
Because I'm not gonna lie, a lot of black people are like, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Rights venue.
They weren't making money. Like the nightlife
At the
took
time.
a hit. Like, and it was really bad. Before that, life was good in Ireland.
I
People
loved
were
Rights
buying
venue.
champagnes and all that kind of stuff. And
But
then-
it's also because like a bottle in the nightclub is like 200 quid, man.
That's
No,
cap.
that's not.
That's another thing about Crystal Nightclub. €60.
Yeah.
Remember those days?
All those men used to try buy me
never
and my
went to
friends
Crystal
drinks.
Basement.
It was great. I remember there was one time this guy bought us so many like champagne bottles. It was my friend's birthday, and I just walked over and I grabbed one from the bar, just dropped it to her. She didn't even know what to do, and I was like, "Don't worry about it, sweetheart."
Nah, Crystal Basement was a moment.
I really liked Rights venue as well. Rights venue.
Rights
was
venue
great.
was. I never went to the like over 18s.
Oh, I
Only, like,
loved
the
Rights
over-
venue, and it was much bigger.
Rights, yeah. I actually never liked Rights because I found out about Rights when Rights was like the main thing. Then you had to have a friend who was a member, who had a membership with Rights venue to go to Rights. This was before black people.
Okay.
Louis Walsh and all of them used to go to Rights. Yeah. When I found out about Rights, I used to dream of going to it, and then it became this place where every Tom, Dick, and Harry was going. I was like,
Yeah.
yeah. It's
I'm
not
not gonna
Is there
lie.
any exclusive nights like clubs?
clubs. You know, a club that's really good. I feel like a lot of Dublin people should go like check out. It's in Belfast. It's called Alibi or something. Yeah,
Any in Dublin?
in Dublin. Depends on what you're into.
I'm into a good
Not
night.
techno.
Kind of like I'm like I
So
traveled
you're
to
looking
London.
for like something like Crystals.
Yeah. Or do you know what was another good one? River Bar.
Yeah, that was decent for a while till the.
Oh, yeah, I've been
uncles
to
with the
River Bar.
papers and,
But still, do you know
started
what?
getting there.
That was a great place to go to if you just wanted vibes. Do you get
Yeah,
me?
I've been to River Bar once. It was
So
lit.
if you're looking for vibes, this is now to be honest, like it depends. Like I don't want to be like I'm shutting myself out, but like the certain nights that I do that are decent, the certain nights in Bow Lane that are decent. You get what I mean? Bow Lane is actually a nice one where if you just want to go and just you don't know what to expect, but you're gonna have a decent night. You get what I mean?
I
Clubs
did
like
have
that.
a good night. in
Yeah,
Bali.
like I get to like majority of my customers are never really Irish people. Are always people who find me online.
Okay.
I get like that's where I always get the weirdest customers. I met a girl from the Netherlands and her flight was at 6 a.m. and she just wanted to go somewhere, listen to Afro beats, and she was I think it was the DLT after party that I done, and she was at it, and I was like, right, that's one of the things I love about my job is meeting people. Who I'll be like, how did you find out about us? And they'll be like, oh, I just found you on Eventbrite and all that kind of thing. Because then I'm big with our algorithm and all that kind of stuff and how I plug my events and all that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll say that's the fun side of the job. Yeah.
If you can be bringing more international people to your motives, that'd
But
be
you mean
awesome.
like UK people?
I didn't specify the
Yeah.
people.
The country.
You love the UK men.
I feel like your event is actually the only event that I've actually like seen UK people
Yeah, I
actually
have
pull
UK
up.
customers on lockdown.
Oh, yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
You will increase in Jesus' name.
Say shout
Amen.
Shout out to Burna Boy and Chris Brown for that. Yeah.
Yeah, they always be pulling up.
They showed us love.
Yeah.
the UK people really came out, and not even first Burna Boy also. First time he done the O2, bare UK people came to our event, and I feel like it's also down to like customer service. You know what I mean? Like you know, that's why I had to change Uncle Auntie Funke's husband.
Too.
I mean, yeah, because sometimes they'll DM me. No one's gonna DM Auntie Funke's husband. You know what I mean? So,
Fair enough.
I love the name though.
How does it feel to be like an event promoter in the Irish industry?
do we have an industry?
Do we have an industry, Ree?
Oh, that's a
When it becomes industry, Ree's like,
We could have an industry, but the problem is, what happens is Irish people have always had this mentality of working in groups. So it's like we're the blind people, cliques, yeah.
Yeah.
So then a clique of people who would just come up and say, oh, you know what, we're gonna be this, we're the creatives. And then there's another set of people, we're the creatives. We don't actually understand if I, you know, fuck with you, you fuck with me, that kind of thing. So if you're using foul language, but like mess with you and all that kind of stuff. Like we need to bounce off each other for us to create, a scene,
Yeah, I actually agree with
For
that. I
example,
don't think the
say in
support is
UK,
there.
I was literally
footballers
gonna say that.
would go to like events where normal promoters are going to. You have comedians chilling.
Yeah.
They have an industry because
Yeah.
they understand the whole ideology of we all need to come together to build something.
you know what? Yeah, just even pause because you're gonna continue. I was even talking to Roz in the car. I was saying that like people in the UK now, I might not know what goes on behind the scenes, but from where I'm sitting, it looks like in front of like the white man. Do you get me? It looks like they're united front.
Yeah,
Always. They're actually a force there because it's not the Brits. It's the what award show do they do?
Mobos.
I think it's the Mobos. That's hosted by black people, and they can rent out stuff like a GRM as well.
Even
They
GRM
can,
is,
they can
yeah.
rent out like mad like places like, but we in Ireland now we might not be big enough as them, but I feel like we don't show a united front in front of that white man. So how can that person even take us seriously?
I've always said this. Irish people don't follow you unless you have clout behind you. If you don't have any clout behind you, no matter how talented you are, they won't follow. But the minute you get clout, everybody's trying to be your friend. Everybody's trying to share stuff.
I think that will change. I think that
When?
that will change because like what Demi was saying about the industry. I think the reason why the industry is a bit like separated is because it's still growing. Like we still have to get there. Do you know what I mean? Like,
But I feel like our mentality
like
is very
we
Grow, we
tinted.
have to build together.
Yeah,
sure,
because I was like, we
100% agree with that.
we have so much talent here. Like
So much.
so much.
but I think it's like we're only at a stage where people are starting to build together. Like if you look about 5 years ago, there wasn't the amount of creatives, there wasn't the amount of like platforms, there wasn't the amount of artists. There was artists like, and I know there's artists that's probably 15 years that have been like trying to make their music. Do you know what I mean? But I don't think there wasn't the community of like the entertainment industry, especially like the black entertainment industry, and I think that's where we're building and that's where we're working towards. So I say in the next like 5 years, it's gonna be a completely different culture.
Oh yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Things are gradually gonna change.
It's taking
obviously.
time.
It's not that it's taking time. I just feel like people need to understand the idea of I need you and you need me. So I'll use events for example. So like there's times when someone will have an event and it'll flop, and I would ring my boy saying shit this is gonna hit us. And I know a DJ who I told, I said, bro, the problem with people, there was a time when I done a flip on social media, those who know, and someone had said something to me and I got angry. Because why I actually got angry wasn't because I felt like they were directing at me. I had to defend my team. And I said, listen, someone needs to put this person in their place.
Yeah.
And for me, the big picture there is when, let's say, Mr. A does an event, right?
Yeah.
So he says, I'm bringing this guy and this guy doesn't show up. If I come up and say, I'm bringing Mr. B and people are going to say, how do we know he's going to show up? Even though we know we're two different promoters. But the people buying tickets to the Eventbrite, they don't know Mr. A. They just want to go out.
They don't know this.
How many times were Section Boys supposed to come to Ireland? Does anyone remember that era?
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah. There's a lot, yeah.
Section Boys. Do you know Section Boys?
They changed their name, remember?
It
was from, they changed the name from Smoke Boys to Section Boys to Smoke Boys, yeah.
No, they tried to go about 4 times.
Damn.
That so it's that kind of thing where I feel like we all need each other. So like for example, I do events like there's a lot of kids who do music who like I'd actually even share. I never met them. I'd share their music. I DM them. And what is mad is sometimes they'll see me out. They probably come to my event and they think maybe like I'm gonna ignore them and they say hi and I'm like, yo, bro, what's good, man? And they're like, right, like he's calm. And I'm like, bro, like I'm not. It's not when you get big, then I'm like, yeah, that guy, I know him. Nah, man.
I feel like that's a lot of Irish people.
And I feel like people really take it in when they don't expect you to like their stuff and you like it.
Yeah. That's very, very true.
Facts like if I speak.
Speak.
It's not even that thing because I'm not someone that wants to now continue shit on. I rather just like do my own thing and if people support, they support. But it's gonna take a while to get to that community because people just have this, heavy mindset that like if you're not up there, then who are you? Do you get me?
Yeah.
Like I just feel like, I don't know. It's tough, man. It's tough,
But I think that's the problem though. Like, okay, bar from a few people that have made it, let's say, like there's still a lot of people that are only on the baseline. Do you get me?
Yeah.
So it's like, if those people form together,
Yeah.
they'd be already up here. But because everybody's trying to do it separately, that's why everybody's staying at a level. Because it's like, oh, I've got this really good idea, but I don't want to share it with anyone because I'm scared someone's going to steal my idea.
True.
Instead of actually collaboration, working alongside people, being like, oh, you know what, you have a good idea, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And instead of seeing everything as competition, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
that's still my idea culture is what holds the people back. Loads of people always say, oh, don't let someone steal it. I feel like if it's really your idea, no one can steal it. Like I've had bare people come to my event to scout. I've had venues scout my event for a couple times and then literally like make up a random excuse and say, yeah, we can't really do it with you. Or just basically find a way to kick me out the door and just like replace what I do as their own. Do you know what I mean? But the thing is, I always say is I'm always going to be on top because I don't care what you do. It's what I do that matters. It's the way like I treat my customers. Like most of my events, I do doors. I'm always at the door stamping people, like talking to the girls. I had an event where I think a girl was going to come in and there was loads of people and we were packed. And we were going to like open the extension and, let more people in. And I told the girl, I said, listen, I don't want to take your money off you and let you into a sweatbox. If you give me 5 minutes, we'll clear people and we'll let you in. And she was like, what's cold? I'm like, I'm really sorry. I don't want to do that to you. There was a girl walking up and the girl at the top who was trying to get in asked the girl saying, oh, so what's it like in there? And she was like, it's a sweatbox there. And then the girl at the top was like, oh, so you were right. And she goes, right, even the security's telling the truth.
Oh, they thought you were security.
She called me security on my event. I didn't get hurt, but what mattered for me was the girl was like, right, so you're actually telling the truth. So the next time she sees me, if I say, listen, babes, I want to get your money, but we're packed. I don't want to take
She knows you're not lying to
She knows I'm not lying, So that's the thing that really matters is your customer service is always going to be number one.
Yeah. See, I don't know if you want to talk about it, side-eye. Obviously, you were shouting on Twitter.
Cool. Let's talk about it.
Okay. Obviously, you feel like, I know, get me wrong. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. You feel like the person who has kind of taken that mantle to stand up and represent black people in Ireland is not, I just say it's not giving. Because that's like a nice way to put it. What's your thoughts?
I would say that he's not given. I just feel like I watched a pod where he told people his end goal. He wants to be a politician.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But you can't be a politician and say you want to be an activist. Martin Luther King wasn't trying to be the first black president of America. He was representing people. And now in representing people, there's a way you carry yourself. He made a couple statements where I felt like they were wrong. Someone should have corrected him. We all don't know everything. I might say something wrong now and I'd really appreciate if someone would say, brother, you were wrong for that ideology. And I'm like, yeah, you know what, you're right. That's just how we better ourselves. He made a statement basically saying, if you feel like we're doing something wrong, DM me, come to me. Brother, you don't tell people to come to you if you want to represent them. Go to them. Do you get what I mean? So you basically saying come to me. You're telling me you're on the pedestal and we need to come to you. That's how, now I might say something in a way, but I might not mean it. But the way the people are going to receive it, that's how it's going to come off.
True.
So for me, that statement was the second strike. And I felt like the third strike was, so recently I started doing PR and I bumped into them at a couple of events.
Yeah.
I don't want to go into detail. And we had an event where someone I worked with was in the toilet with someone from their crew. And he was having a conversation with them. And the guy kind of gave off the, what are you doing here? And when we walked into that event, I got the sense of, how did they get here? So when we left and we didn't talk to each other the next day, I said, "Rah, I think these lot think they're gatekeepers." And then I started hearing things that, they would get invited to places and they'll go, "Hey, let's get this girl. Let's get her. Nah, we don't want her. Let's get him." So I said, "Rah."
But if you're really representing the people, you shouldn't be choosing.
Why are you picking? You should literally say, you know what? Let's just do it random, or let's just ask people who wants to know.
Exactly, involve
Open it up,
everyone
do you know
as a
what I mean?
community.
So
Exactly.
That's where for me, and the last draw for me is, and I don't fault him. Same way, no one can fault me for this. He would never understand what it's like to be discriminated as black man. Same way, I would never understand what discrimination means to you being mixed race. Do you get me? Because I'm just black.
Yeah.
I struggle.
I don't have a white side of my family that look at me a certain way. He does. So he would never understand my struggle. I'd never understand his struggle. So when he comes up and says he wants to represent me, he has to be willing to listen to me. If I say I want to represent him, I need to ask him, "Yo, so what's this like?" Because I don't. And I felt like they're not asking questions. Rather, they're saying, "Yo, come and tell us your struggle," and we'll just be like, "Oh wow, this is this." Do you get me? So that was my own issue, and I felt like I was speaking for that 12-year-old, 13-year-old kid. That's from now. This is a just vague picture now. Don't want anyone saying he's talking about me. But I feel like there's a kid who's 12, 13, who's going through so many things in the side of the world that no one pays attention to. His hopes in lives are like, baby, he's surrounded by fraudsters, drug dealers, and he's like, "I really want to be a lawyer." But he doesn't even know who he can talk to. He doesn't know who's going to reach out to him. In school, they're telling him to do foundation and everything because in his community, everyone
That's
there,
what people
you're not
are
really expected
like.
to go to uni. Who's talking to that kid? Because then what's going to happen is that kid is only going to end up looking for advice from the people he's surrounded by. And then we're going to call him out for being a drug dealer. And then you're going to sit on that pedestal and say, "Well, you can't come into this circle because why?" Yeah, you didn't come to me to talk to me. That to me was what really like triggered me.
Makes sense.
God, I'm not gonna lie, you hit the nail on the head there.
Sorry, guys.
Don't be
that's
sorry.
it.
It's very, very true.
Cut.
It's very, very true. Like, do you think that like maybe I don't want to say it's capitalized the right words, that like they hear like a major story and they pick that and like that's what they get their clout from?
It's not. I just feel I'll be honest. I just feel like they're riding off the Black Lives Matter thing, and they're riding off the struggle of black people. And he has his personal goals. To me now, I could be wrong. He clearly said, "I want to be a politician." And if you want to be a politician, you're really gonna play the game to get to where you want to get to. And I feel like he's playing the game. So to me, I don't think he's really representing people. He just wants to get to a certain point. Like I said, I could be wrong. But based off the things I'm seeing and the things like, I don't know if people who attended this might find this offensive, but so Joe Biden was in town and they took him to Mayo, and I started seeing snaps of people from Dublin going to Mayo. That's a 4 hour drive, I believe.
Yeah.
So I said, "Rah, they took niggas from Dublin to Mayo and Galway. What happened to the black people there?"
The black people already in Mayo.
So I'm guessing you don't represent the black people there, or you don't know them, or they didn't DM you to tell you, "Oh, we're here. Can we get?" Do you know what I mean? So to me,
It's true. It's like
this is all politics.
it's nearly as if that community is just based in Dublin, and if you're not someone that's part of Dublin, you're not part of it.
Or if you're not someone with a name, not like backing you.
That's what I feel. That's that's what I've said previously before. I feel like if you don't have clout behind you, you just kind of get like bypassed.
I don't even think it's, I don't want to go off the.
No, but see, clout is not always like having thousands of followers.
I know,
it's like
yeah.
you could have had some story now that everyone has happened to hear of. And then boom, that's it. You're attached to it. But there's so many other people. Like, have you opened up the platform for people to come and speak to you? Like, that's what I mean.
No, what for me is go on.
I think there's two things that I think, like, as you said, like, spoke about, like, being like mixed race and stuff like that. I think there's a privilege within being mixed race in itself. Do you get me? Especially if you grew up with like a white side. Do you get me? Because you sometimes will have like, you know, like not an English name. Do you get me? Like or you have like that you can articulate things better. Do you get me? Especially if you're not like a first generation immigrant. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And I think that is it's hard because sometimes it's like, okay, I have this privilege. Will I use it? to my advantage? Do you get me? Or, and if I am going to use it to my advantage, is it for the right or wrong reasons? Do you get me? And I think that's a question everybody has to ask within themselves. But then the second thing I wanted to ask you, Toby, just being a bit of a devil's advocate, how would you choose PR?
How would I what?
Like you said that you started in PR.
Yeah.
How would you, like, as a genuine question, what way do you choose your PR?
It depends on what I'm going for. And the thing is, I love an underdog story. So I tend to go for people who most people wouldn't go for. Like, for example, I just don't want to bait out my client, but I'm working with someone who most people hate. Do you get what I mean? But through me working with this person, a lot of people started to see different sides that everyone's like, rah. And what is mad is I tend to do things where most people wouldn't pay attention to. So, like, I don't want to bring it back to events, but not to, like, divert from the question.
No, it's okay.
Is when I done a comedy show, I had promoters say to me, what the fuck's he doing?
90s baby?
No, I done a comedy show before that. So people were like, well, what's this? What was it? What, doing clubs now, you're doing comedy show. Now, the comedy show was so great that it sold out, and they were like, raw, bro, you flipped the script, you know?
Fair.
When I done the comedy show, even the comedian and his team, we nearly had a fight before the day of the show. Because when I have a picture, it's either that or nothing. And I was like, if I'm doing a comedy show, I'm not doing a hotel. Because it's just the average standard for Nigerian comedians coming over here is you get a hotel. Clayton, it's always Clayton. I don't know what Clayton has with them, but it's always that way. It's never a night where people go out and just have a good time. And even the opening act, I picked the opening act because we had an argument, and the comedian was like, do they not have Irish musicians who do Afrobeat? And I said, brother, if I'm going to see Kevin Hart, I don't fucking expect to see Mick Mills.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? So I picked the comedian who most people didn't know that night, but he had the best set.
Fair.
I didn't even know that guy was going to be good. I literally said to him, I said, bro, I know, like, Irish crowd, like, I said, depending on how you're feeling, you could do a 5-minute. He sold it. The guy done a 30-minute set. The main guy said, yo, what's he doing? And everyone had a great night. You got me? So for me, I always like to go for the underdog because I like the whole ideology of someone not expecting this person to succeed, and then they succeed beyond expectation. And I'm like, oh, I knew they had it in them.
Yeah. Sorry, Demi.
No, I was gonna say, and that inspires more people to actually step up
And do
with or
things,
without you. Do you get me? They might even come to you and say, okay, how did you do this? And that's why I feel like it should be happening. To be honest,
I think it's justified. Like, I think your answer, like, I genuinely was curious, but, like, it makes a lot of sense and it's justified in why something like that would trigger you. Do you get me? Because I think there needs to be more people that fight for the underdogs. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's exactly my point, because I feel like with them, that's what should happen. You should be uplifting the underdogs. And like, I nearly feel like, because I also have friends who are part of that community, and I'm like, I'm going to use myself as an example now. I'm the first Black person to do American TV, American reality TV. I've not heard anything from them. Not a congratulations, not a share, nothing. And I'm friends with someone who's like high up in that community, who has liked my stuff. But because I don't have the clout behind it like Love Island does, I'm not going to get a message. I'm not going to have the conversation spoken to. I'm not going to even have the questions of what did it feel like. And I was not just even the first, but I was the only Black person on it between UK and Ireland.
Sure.
And I haven't heard nothing from them.
Even
Because the
before that,
clout.
sorry to cut you short. You won Miss Carlo or something.
Yeah, years back.
Yeah, you see, you know how I found out?
How?
So you came to one of my events and we shared your picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were in red or something.
Yeah,
I went on
yeah.
her page and I said, "Rah, man, I didn't even, that's what I'm saying. Like, I didn't tell her to come to me because that was what
Yeah.
made us share. Because I was like, rah, she was Miss Carlo. I was like, rah, can we do this the way we do
The
it?
same person that I even know that's part of that community, I went to college with her. She knows me. Knows me. But it's like, now I see everything that she's done for herself and they have done for themselves. And I have no malice or no anger or anything towards it. But it's just like, if we were really about uplifting the community, it should start from there. It should start from there, because Dami Hope got it.
Yeah.
I did something similar. I heard nothing.
Yeah.
I think even a DM is fine. If they actually wrote, even if they didn't post anything, if they actually, the person, you said you went to school with someone. I feel like if we're all about,
I think
the
I got
culture-
congratulations under my post. I think from her. So I know she knows about it.
but I think one post would have been fine because like it's kind of
No, but even
monumental.
you don't even have to post me. Have the conversation with me. Like, you're talking about like
True, yeah.
uplifting the
You
community.
put
I
yourself in
now
that
have
position.
contacts with people in this. If people want to do what I've done, this is a way for me to tell
true.
and teach people how to get to where I've done. So it's like that's what
You
I
have
mean.
Paramount
It's
on
like
speed
how
dial.
much like I actually have
Paramount on speed
contacts
dial.
with them.
And that's what what's funny is that's what actually
That's-
sparked the whole me throwing a tantrum on social media is because of stories like that. Is there's a lot of people in this country who are doing so well in different fields, and I feel like the fact you think they have to come to you, even though you say you represent them, is
You know,
why-
and that's crazy. Like, let's say for example, because I thought in my back, like I wanted to be represented, but like now I know why I wasn't, because I wasn't coming to them. I was just
And
thinking
you know
that they
what's
see
honest?
all my.
I don't even want to be represented by them because
that's
now
right.
I just nearly feel like, what is your gain from it? Because you always knew about it and you didn't reach out. So if you're reaching out to me now, I'm gonna look at you and be like, what do you want?
Giving agenda.
Yeah, that's exactly what it feels like.
Yeah.
It is giving agenda because it's like if you only seem to hop on the things that are in the news and have clout behind it, it's because you're gaining something from it. But it shouldn't be about gaining.
Yeah.
It's to help each other, to uplift each other. That's the whole point of building a community. That's how you build a community. But if you're only going to pick certain things, it's not a community. You're picking what you find most valuable to yourself.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of things behind it. Do you know what I mean? And I think there's always time for redemption.
Yeah, there's always time
Um,
for redemption. You're right.
I think that we have to remember, because for me run it this is from a biased perspective anyways, like from running Basics back, do you know what I mean, and it was like mainly just trying to like promote Irish artists, do you get me? And it's like you go like I'm like days like everyone on our team like we're like always looking for artists, always trying to find people, do you know what I mean? And it's like want to give recognition to everyone, do you know what I mean? And then you're getting DMs and hate being like, why don't you show this person that much? Why are you showing this person? Do you get me? And it looks like there's favoritism when there isn't. Do you know what I mean? And that's just from my side, because that's
Yeah, but you still acknowledge everyone.
yeah.
Yeah, obviously
true.
you might
Even
have
down-
favorites because bear in
Even
mind,
as far
the
as
fa- what's
music, even just with the outfits that you guys do.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
even, but like even the favorites you have.
See that outfit fit? That's
Fits of
that's
the
a
week.
perfect
Yeah,
example.
fits of the week.
Because there's a lot of people that I think I actually went on your fits of the week. There was a time when I was looking for like girls, like to promote like content, and I went on your page for that. Do you
No
see what I'm
way.
saying? That's what I mean by
Collaboration, Toby.
And
Let's go.
Even just even the favorites, they come. Those are favorites because they've actually put in work. Obviously, for example, I've been on the Basis Back outfit of the week
Way too much.
a couple two times, but that's because I'm always posting. Do you get me? Because my shit is serious.
Yeah.
And the favorite artists that are they're on your page the most because they're always doing the work and people should notice that.
Okay,
But like
yeah.
for them coming at you makes no sense, because if you're feeling jealous, why can't you apply that same energy to your work so
Yeah.
you can be on the page? As you can see, this platform is representing everyone.
I think I was listening to, I don't know whose part it was, and I think it was David that said it. Yeah. Something about people don't put in the work, but they want the same results as other people.
Yeah,
For
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Now, that is
It's completely
true.
different
And I
from.
understand that. That's
Yeah.
why. So I'd always understand some people say, okay, but what are you doing? See, I mean, you have to be honest here. You have to be doing something
Yeah.
for you to feel that, okay, yeah. That's why, like, when you said, you done the show and all that, you're like, rah, okay. Because you did something. It wasn't that you were just chilling. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
another thing that people need to understand is you want to get there. What are you doing to put yourself out there?
True.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, very, very true.
Guys.
What? It's time to wrap it up.
Yeah, but wait, I see a little shiny something.
Oh, yeah.
I see a
What
little
is up
shiny
with the
something.
amazing men who come to our podcast? Should I just pass it along, pass it down?
Pass it.
A little something?
Thank you so much.
A little something?
Thank you. Is
I
it
would say little now because of you, Ree.
It's heavy.
A little?
It's heavy.
Oh
Now you lot are blowing out of proportion now. Oh my god.
No, because it's big.
Yo,
my god.
see
Y'all need to step up your game.
Toby the radio guy.
Oh my God,
Go
thank
to
you
his
so
events.
much.
Whether you're single or in a relationship,
Y'all catch us there.
go to his events.
That's
Drive the boat.
amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, no, you've been super, super good to us. Like, honestly, the communication that you've
Yeah.
had, we genuinely feel like you always look out for us and you have our back. I mean,
Yeah.
it's something like we really, really do appreciate.
Yeah.
For sure. Shout out like 90s baby.
Yeah,
Yeah.
'cause, like, we wouldn't be there without.
We wouldn't have done it without
Honestly,
you. Like,
genuinely.
honestly, we got on that stage because of him.
I'm not even gonna lie.
Don't say that. You guys got there because you deserve to be there.
True.
Oh, thank you.
I was just a messenger. I just
Yeah.
did my part, but you guys deserve to be there. It wasn't a thing where I was like,
You made us feel seen though, because honestly, I
Yeah.
genuinely feel that was like one of the first times we felt seen.
Mm-hmm.
And since that has happened, I'm not gonna lie, it's been crazy. I hear so many people. Even today, one of the guys at work was like, "Yeah, my girl asked me about your podcast. She was like, you know Roz? What?" And I was like, "Me?"
Guys, I was like just before you wrap up, right?
Yeah.
I was in 22. I know, God forbid, after I've actually like
Talk
given
about
out
clothes.
clothes, be like, do you know what I mean? But I was like sitting there with Ash actually, and this girl, she's like looking at me, and I'm looking at her, and she's smiling, and then she comes over, she goes, I just want to say that I listen to your podcast all the time, and I was like, oh my God,
You know, yeah.
I didn't know what to do because I was just like.
People listen to
But
us.
like, you know, I actually even wanted to say it. Like, I was gonna say it on the next episode. Like, no, guys, thank you so much for listening, liking.
the views have been
sharing. Even
crazy.
the haters in the comments, big up you, man.
We
because
love you. Continue
you're-
commenting.
Do you get me? Like, no,
If you
like,
want me to argue back, I will, and I promise to be
no,
polite.
like we appreciate like everyone here that's listening to this right now. God bless your ears. I mean, you not like anything good in your life
Amen.
in Jesus' name. Nah, big up. Thank you so
Amen.
much for listening.
Thank you
Toby,
so much, guys. Toby, thank you
you're
so
coming
much
again.
for
You're part of the
coming.
GTG family.
Yeah.
You know that,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You're gonna come back again.
Future collab.
I feel like we tired you out. We just shouted
Future
at you.
collab.
Defo.
No, you spoke some honest, real facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
Flaxseed?
Flax. I came from work. I'm tired.
But yeah, nah,
Thanks for
like
bringing me on the platform.
We
Follow-
appreciate
Yeah,
you
thank
so
you.
much. Thank
follow
you.
him. The tickets for his next
Yep.
event is gonna be in the description box
Below. Follow his page.
Yeah.
Follow us. Like,
Yeah.
share, subscribe. You know the lot.
Yep. See you guys. in
Thanks,
the next one.
guys. Bye. Oh, guys, I love that.